Would you like to get more done in the next 3 months than the average person gets done in a year? Would you like to be part of the 8% who actually accomplish their plans and their dreams instead of the 92% that are failing to accomplish their goals? Well, that's what we're going to talk about today, because that's what I've done in the last year of my transformation, and I'm going to share that with you today. Now, before we get started, my name is Carrie Stone, and this is Carry On, where we talk all things money, movement, and mindset. And today, we're talking all three, because I have learned in the last year, if you will apply the ear theory, your life will talk to you if you just take the time to listen. And I've learned to do that through evaluating, adjusting, and reviewing my life daily, weekly, monthly, tri-monthly, and yearly. And today, I'm going to show you how I do it. And it all starts at bedtime with the humble Post-it note. And why a Post-it note instead of a notebook? A notebook has 25 lines. And if you put a line down the middle, there's 50. And so that enables me too much space to fill in things that I think need to be done. And it leaves me at the end of the day feeling like a failure. But a Post-it note keeps you in reality. See, the humble Post-it note can only fit so many things. And tests are showing that we can only really accomplish 3 to 5 things a day. So if we can only accomplish 3 to 5 things, but then we have our basic list of things that we need to do in order just to have our lives together, then the Post-it note is the right size for the right amount of expectations for any given day. So I start at bedtime, and I do that so that I am getting anything off of my mind that is for the next day. So I just take my little Post-it note at bedtime and I write down what I think needs to be done the next day. And as I sit it down on my nightstand, I say to myself, how can I accomplish everything that is on that list and do it excellently tomorrow? And that's it. So I go to bed with my subconscious thinking about my list for the next day. I have found that I don't lay in bed at night unable to sleep now because I'm thinking about all the things that I need to get done. And instead, I just put it on the note, put it on the bedside table, and let my subconscious think about it through the night. In the morning, I go down to the war room, and I'm going to take you with me there now. So, welcome to my war room. Actually, it's my dining room. This is where things happen, because what gets measured gets done. And so that's what we're doing with the ear theory. So the ear theory is evaluating, analyzing, and reviewing your life daily, weekly, monthly, tri-monthly, and yearly. And this is how I do it. As I told you, I start at bedtime with the Post-it note. In the morning, I bring that Post-it note down here to my war room, my work area. I have a health journal. I have found these at Hobby Lobby, and they're like $3.79, $3.29. And I find them to be really helpful. They have a space for a positive quote or a thought. It gives you a list of a place to put 5 goals, as I was telling you. I like the space for 3 to 5 things. Then it has my list for the daily things that I need to get done. It gives a place to put my fitness and activity. It gives a place to talk about nutrition, my water, my mood, my energy, my rest. And I track everything through this book. And the thing that I like about it is when I go through and I'm checking things off, if I don't check something off, I either circle it or put a line through it. If I put a line through it, that means that it was either an appointment that was canceled that day or something I chose not to do for a good reason. If I circle it, it means I forgot it. And so if I'm going through and I am evaluating, adjusting, and reviewing my life, and I see that, oh, wow, I had 4 days straight where I didn't do my core exercises. Why? I know that's important to me. So why hasn't it gotten done? And I'm able then to adjust and then come back and review it again in a few days and see how I'm doing with that. I take the little Post-it note and I put it here on the calendar page of the calendar that I use. And I use a simple large calendar like this. It has areas to talk about my goals for the year, but then it has the month in review, and then it breaks down and it has the days. And those little Post-it notes, the great thing about them is I can take them and put them right on the day. That helps me also to be evaluating, adjusting, and reviewing. Because when I'm looking at that and I'm seeing what's getting checked off and what's not getting checked off, again, I'm able to stay on top of what's happening. Now, can you do this on your laptop or computer or on your phone? Absolutely. But for me, I'm just a tactile learner. And when I write something, it goes up my arm and into my brain. So I find that handwriting things is just more powerful and effective for me. You do you. It's great to have the written record. I like having records. I save my calendars so I can go back at the end of the year and really evaluate my year. I come downstairs and I put the little Post-it note on the day. So I have my things that I know I have to do, and then I'm able to effectively design my life around everything else that needs to be done. And doing this process, I am telling you, doing this for the last year has been life changing. If you listen to your life, it will talk to you. It is effective, and that's why I do it daily, weekly, monthly, tri-monthly, and yearly. After I plan my day, and I know this might seem redundant to have 3 different areas that I do this, but for me, it has proven to be valuable. When I set my day, I then review other things. I go on my phone and I check my Fitbit and I'll write down how many steps I got, what my sleep, how much sleep I got, and my score. I will write down, because I'm trying to lose my last 5 pounds, I'll write down the number of calories I burnt the day before. Then I go to my FitPal app on my phone and I'll see how many calories I ate the day before, because I track that too, because I track everything in my life. I will then check my scale app and I put my weight down so I can see how I'm doing with that. And I'll put even a note about how I'm feeling, any health issues that are coming up, any mental or physical things that I'm feeling. I just keep track of all of that because I'm coming back and I'm looking at those notes. So then weekly, I evaluate my banking and my bills. And that, I have to tell you, totally transformed our financial situation. I'm able to see what we're spending money on. And I have another notebook. I know those of you who love tech and who love accounting and things, you're going to think I'm crazy. But I have a notebook where I handwrite every transaction from the bank in that book. And I have broken it down into categories. And I have a sheet of paper for each month that I break it down. But it gives me a lot of power because it talks to me and it tells me I'm wasting money here. This bill has gone up significantly. Why is that? Can we cut that down? I'm able to really be on top of what's happening so that I can make conscious decisions about how to improve that area. It works for me, and it has really changed our financial situation so much. Also weekly, I plan my week. So on Sundays, I like to sit down with my good old calendar and I will look at my fresh new week. So I have this whole, dreamland to fill in. And I will review my main calendar and I'll see what's going on. I'll transfer those things over. And then I set my list of priorities for the week. And again, notice there's only 3 spots there. There's a good reason for that. And I'll set my weekly priorities. And that way I start the week in a position of power. Monthly, I use my spiritual journal. I will once a month sit down with this book and I will review my month. And I will take time to go over my whole calendar and look at what I accomplished. And I'll write down those things, the victories I had, the losses, the things that I felt like I could have done better, the things that I still am growing in, but I've grown. I'll write down all of the victories and everything that I felt like was a move in the right direction. And then I make a plan for the next month. And I do that in this journal. So I have a record of that. So that helps me to keep focused on my goals and my plans and to keep moving forward. At the 3-month mark, so this is every December, March, June, and September, I sit down with my journal again. And out of this book, 10 times is easier than 2 times, I found a list of 5 questions that you answer every 3 months. And I have found those questions to be so inspiring that I continue doing this process. And every 3 months, I stop and I review that 3-month period. And then I reevaluate and adjust my goals to move on into the next 3-month period. And at the end of the year, I do the same thing for the whole year. I can't tell you what it has done to make me feel so connected to my life. Before this, I always kind of prided myself on being a fly by the seat of your pants kind of person. And I married a fly by the seat of your pants kind of person. And together we have flown by the seat of our pants through life. And we've had some great luck because we are also hard workers and not just fly by the seat of your pants people who just wait for good things to happen. We've had some luck. So I didn't really think about this a whole lot until I started writing a novel. And I was taking a writing class, and they were talking about their writers are either pantsers or outliners. And I learned this with my first book I wrote because the publishers kept asking for an outline. And I'm like, what? I'm just writing it. What do you want an outline for? I didn't like the structure. And so I just kept rebelling against structure. And I'm a pantser, right? Well, that's maybe okay when you're young. I highly encourage you, if you are young and watching this, break that habit as early and as fast as you can, because it is much more profitable to be someone who has a plan. So I realized in life, you're either a pantser or a planner. And I have now transformed into a planner. It's just kind of a good thing to have a plan and lay out a plan for your life. And yes, there will be times when that plan changes. You got to be able to go with the flow and readjust. But on the whole, having a plan gives you a direction. And when you evaluate, adjust, and review your life by applying the ear theory, that plan talks to you each step of the way You are listening, you're hearing, and you are communicating with your plans, and you are continually moving forward. And isn't that the goal? To keep moving forward towards the things that you want out of life. And so being a pantser can be fun, but being a planner has brought me more peace. Are you going to apply the ear theory? Are you going to start taking some control over your life and join the 8% who actually accomplishes their plans and their dreams? Do you want to change how your life is going in that area? Don't you want to take some control and start a better plan towards a transformed life? If you're going to start evaluating, adjusting, and reviewing your life, would you let me know in the comments below? And I'll link these other videos for you to see on transforming your life in a year and realizing your dreams. Until next week, carry on.